Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome. Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and our show today is the Film and Music Show. And I can tell already by the number of people tuning in that you know who we have here as our special guest today. Before we bring out Leighton, let's welcome the star of our show. It's Dr. Madalene Chan. Hello.
Hello, Dr. JACALYN. Hello, viewers. Oh, what an exciting show we have today.
I am so excited to welcome back Leyton Benta. He's been here a few times, and we always have a great conversation because he is a man on a mission. He is here for a greater good, the greater good of all of us. And that sometimes can be controversial. And that's what I love. I love that he stands for what he believes in, and he is a man who has a purpose. Let's welcome him and find out more of his story. Welcome, Leighton. Nice to have you.
Hey! How you doing?
So good to see you. It's been a few months and you're looking great, by the way. I love that you just look so healthy and glowing. How have you been since we saw you last?
Yeah, no, I've been well, thank you. Definitely, it has been a mission. Words cannot define, but you know what? I'm glad to be here today. And I just feel that despite the amount of months that went by since we've last spoken, it's funny because the Universal does have a funny sense of humor. I tell you, it's like there really is a specific timing as to why this interview is happening today, you know, and this is why I feel there's so much to speak on. As we know, on the previous of interviews that we had previously, I feel there's just so much importance of so much emphasis in just the priorities of this journey alone and everything that it conveys, what it stands for, and this is why we're here today. And I'm just very grateful to you guys for having me back on today. There's so much to share, so much.
Thank you, Leighton. I appreciate it. Now, for people who haven't been here before, okay, you have had an amazing journey in your life, and you are where you are today because of sacrifice, because of commitment. And we talk about the fact that the road for an artist is not an easy one. And I'd love you to share a little bit about the journey that you've been on to get to where you are today. Ooh, it's a big one.
It really is. Well, let me just introduce myself. For anybody who doesn't know who I am, I'll just introduce myself, give an introductory. But my name is Leyton Benta, and I am a multi-award winning independent singer, songwriter, actor, and entrepreneur from London. My purpose is to bring love and authenticity into music, reinventing substance, real substance globally. The intentions overall is to leave a foundation to every generation's ages, races, backgrounds, creeds, as not only is there as a song, but there is a timeless message that is here to be apprehended for every single soul out here that exists in this motherland today. And I just honestly, you know, I've started from age 6, you know, getting to this point today. I'm now 29. It's crazy. And all this journey has just been solidly an independent journey, which had many opportunities of reaching a certain position of what people would, you know, title fame. And, you know, as I said, I feel fame has been manipulated over the years. And I didn't take certain offers that resulted to me being at a certain position. Otherwise, I would have been further. But what comes with the nitty gritty. There's a lot that is unseen, it's hidden. And that's why when I have been in certain experiences before, when it comes to those wanting to groom you certain ways, in so many ways, in order for you to reach the top, I wasn't willing to take on certain offers, even if it means I could have been financially stable. But when it comes to your soul, that is your everything. That's your integrity. That's your insanity. That's your heart. That's your heart's vibration. You are in control of where you lead your life. And because I was in predicaments and positions, and I was vulnerable at times, but I was headstrong despite the circumstances, even though I was very eager to get to a certain level in my career. But I wasn't desperate, because showing desperacy means you are willing to do so many deceiving things, very horrible things, unbearable things in order to reach a certain point in your career. So I did make the sacrifices and choices to go and rebel against the rebellious grain and this, the secret societies, the whole demonic agenda that exists, which is overall linking to the New World Order, a one world government. And I feel the music industry has a huge part to play, especially when it comes to all the celebrities that are out there, mainstream especially, who are promoting, a demonic agenda to program the masses and brainwash the masses. And so I've seen so much in my journey and been through so much in the journey to the degree where I felt, wow, I could have thrown in the towel so many levels of times, because I was not willing to fit in the system that you are a part of in order to be at a certain position. So my journey has been it's been so, how can I put it? It's like nothing at all that I did or do comes absolutely easy. It really doesn't, because it's a one-man show, which means, you are basically the director, the writer, the producer, the composition, the performer, the singer, the writer, the actor, the everything, the marketer, your agent, manager. You are everything. Your promoter. There's so many labels to it, but there's so much more to it. And I have sacrificed a tremendous amount, just to show the world that there is actually an artist who is clean in their heart, who is clean in what they stand for, and is not willing to be at a certain position in order to, to prove that you have something worthwhile. Because this is why it takes time for me, because I choose to go against the rebellious grain, and I rather keep my soul within myself, to know that I've been true to myself, so that when I leave this world one day, as to what I've mentioned in so many interviews that we've had, the world will one day see that they will know that they have needed my presence, my gifts, my talents, and just everything that I stand for. Because fame is the road to hell. So I'm here to declutter the industries and to speak out for those who are incapable of speaking on important issues that really are so needed, especially for the youth and the children. Because there's so much programming every single day through, television, entertainment, news, mainstream media, schools, education, colleges, all of these things are all part of a system to brainwash, to manipulate, to dehumanize. And there's so much confusion. And I feel it more for the kids. So this is why I will always go out my way to making sure that whatever I contribute, music or just myself as a man, there's always work to do as a man. And I'm not perfect, far from it. And I've got my own work to do in my inner self. But you know what? I've reached a point today where I'm very proud, because I could have literally have lost myself years ago by so many influences around me that's been surrounded with peer pressure in so many ways. But I choose to be the love reinventor, which means I have a stamp already made. And sometimes it may not already be seen on a wider scale, but I feel the growth every single day, even if those may say something or those may react or be receptive in different form of ways. But I feel that this journey is going to be a journey to save so many people. And this is not only just music, this is generally for a humanity stamp, that this is a priority that I will always live for every single day, despite how many times I will try to throw in that towel, believe me. But this is all my love I lay on the ground for everyone, everything. I could say more, as you all know. There's so much more.
Wow. You're fired up, Leighton.
Oh.
Honestly, what I admire about you, the fact that you're not a compromising artist, and the fact that you just remain true to yourself. And the things that you come out with, some people go, whoa, did he really say that? Wow. But you know what? You're just brave. You're a brave soul. And I really believe that the industry will be requiring someone of your high intellect, your talent, your whole caliber of you. It's coming up. It really is, because the industry is changing.
Yeah. No,
and you're amazing.
Really
you got fire in your heart. You got a deep, compassionate soul, and there's so many people out there that are going to be magnetized to you. So well done to you. Well done, honestly. Amazing. You're a superstar.
Thank you so much.
I'd love to know, because we talk a lot about this on this platform, how has what you've been through and the people who don't support you, how's that affected you mentally, emotionally, spiritually?
Oof. That took a very long time for me to overcome certain levels of emotional trauma, because whether this can be a family perspective, whether this could be people outside of the family, throughout the journey, I've just really recognized and realized at the end of the day, certain detachment is very important. And why I say that is because knowing myself, I throw my whole heart into everything and people throughout the years, and I've just realized the trap it can leave you in at the same time, because support is very important. It's important to feel important. It's important to know you're important, right? And I've just realized that not many things truly last in this life. And I've seen so many things happen, and it tried to change me. It tried to make me furtherly more, out of my character furtherly more, and there'll be things that will test. But spiritually, it has strengthened me in so many ways to let go of some things and aspects. Not to say that I still haven't got work to do, but I will say that it's really helped me strengthen in ways that I felt that I didn't even know that even existed inside myself internally. And I just realized at the end of the day, I've always got to be my own number one fan when I wake up in the morning, and you can't rely on the public, you can't rely on family, you can't rely on nobody to be the one to really be the full-on top supporter, when it's always going to be you as being number one to do it. You have to be the one to get yourself out of bed. And putting reliance on the public means leading to more disappointments. So I've had many days I've cried about so many things, and sometimes you can cry to the extent where you feel, wow, how do I still have more tears in my eyes? I have no idea how I still have water in my eyes. It's because this is a really big deal for me. And when you spend so many years to build yourself from things that really tried to break you, it's important that what you build yourself in, it's important to always take acknowledgement of how far you've built yourself, just when you felt that you was really falling to pieces and hitting rock bottom. Because even lately, even during this year, I felt I was hitting rock bottom with so many things. And but hey, I'm still here. And of course, I've lifted throughout that time. And it's just like, people do not see what goes on behind closed doors. They will never question. They will just think, when they see what you put out, they will think you've made it. They will think you're famous. They will think you're a celebrity, and they think you're living the life. And I just want to really lay that down to the public, that it's not what it actually is assumed to be. Because I'm always a human flesh before I'm absolutely anything else. And I'm not about to be, this bulletproof soul individual, because I feel everything. So I have to sometimes pull myself back before I'm going to respond to certain things, because there's so much clutter everywhere on the medias especially, and sometimes I have to be off social medias because I need a cleanse from the things I've seen. So it's like, it's important to be very minimum of the people you have in your life who you can say is true to your soul. I can't say everybody who I meet is true to my soul, because it's false. And not everybody is going to hop on the ride with you because they think that you're righteous and you're trying to do good in life. Many people really get jealous because of it. They're intimidated by your presence. They get jealous, they get envious. And, you know, a lot of people can try and put you off track when you know you're at a certain place of growth, because they are not at them places in their lives. So if people are very unhappy, they're going to do whatever it takes to making sure that they point out so many faults in you as a person, let alone as an artist, because it's always your persona first before your artistry and your iconism, what you bring forward to the world. There's so much things that come with it. So I understand that when you start off in your life, you can feel alone, even though you could be around so many people. And there's a difference. There's a thing with being alone, and there's a thing with being content, right? And I've spent so many times and years as well in so many predicaments of being on my own, right? And I've had no other choice but to do that, trust me. And by being in those positions, I had to learn how it felt to be alone in certain ways. Doesn't make it mean that, you know, I yearn for love. You know, I yearn for love, but there's a difference with, it's important to have a certain percentage of love that you have for yourself, that you built yourself into, to at least be able to hold your ground together despite whatever could shatter in front of you and shut around you. Because now we are here temporarily in this physical body. We're here temporarily. We could come off this interview and I could die, or you could die, or anybody can die physically in their bodies, but the spirit will live. However, I would just want to emphasize the importance, because I can really express, is that dealing with the uncertainties is become something that you are immune to. Doesn't mean that you can say, oh, I'm used to it. There's a difference with saying I'm used to it, and then you come to a point where being used to it, but don't let it still consume you to being less of who you are. Because I know there's been so many things that I've projected out there to the world, and I could have got myself killed. And because I am a threat to so many artists, I'm a threat to so many people, and so many people have tried to slander me over the time in the years. And it's put me in a really bad place one time, a good few times. But I've always said, if I hold back the fire and let people just be the flame, then eventually that flame's going to die out, because they have nothing to fight, because I'm not choosing to fight in the wrong way that they assume for you to react and behave. Because a lot of people just accustomed to drama, and I really am not about that life, even though some things can test me and try and get my demons, because there's been some things that have happened throughout the time, but I remember the heck who I am, despite if people want to tell you less about yourself. Because when we hit that grave one day, in whatever shape or form, you have nothing to regret, because you have laid it down. You didn't filter yourself. You said this is what you are. So therefore, with how people choose to take on with who you are, that will determine where things will be at in certain other people's realities of their pictures of you. So I'm very thankful to be here today. I'm really thankful to be at this point, just when I can just throw everything away. But I chose to still be resilient to knowing that the world will need me one day. So I'm holding on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just like a inspirational TED Talk, inspirational speaker.
I feel like I want to go outside and run 10 miles, which I would never do.
10 miles. 10 miles.
I love it.
That.
We do have some comments. Hello, Manoj. Nice to have you with us. Glad to see
Hey, Manoj, how's it going?
Adele Aid. Hello.
Adelaide.
Oh, wonderful, beautiful Adelaide.
Adelaide, thank you.
Hello.
And Gaffa.
Our wonderful gaffer, Priscilla.
Hey, Gaffer.
Priscilla.
And by the way, we encourage people, there are a lot of people watching. If you want to drop a comment, that would be great. Just, we'd love to hear from you. So Leighton, wow, that was such a heartfelt share about what you've been through. And maybe people don't even realize when they judge us how much pain it can cause if we let it in. And you gave that great analogy about, you don't let it in, but sometimes it's still, if you hear it over and over again, it does start to creep in. You really physically have to take a whole step back and say, wait a minute, why is this happening?
I loved, Leighton, I loved it when you said about the acronym about the fire. You don't, you let everybody else, they want to burst into flames, but you will not be the fire, part of that fire. It was really wonderful. It was a really great way of explaining.
I tell you, every day is a learning with that, because sometimes it can really try you. It really can. Oh my God.
In every area.
Hold on. Water time.
Water time. Get that water. Too much air. Don't have too much air in the fire.
Leighton, you had talked about the children. And so for anyone out there who has children or they take care of children, what can they take away from the journey that you've been on so that their children don't have to experience something the same way?
Okay. I will always be honest, guys, and everybody who's watching. Parents, or if you're not even a parent at the same time, I feel it's very important with regards to this level of strength and bravery. It's important to have as an adult, if you're caring for children, or if you have your own children, it's important to have a level of strength to be able to sometimes really see the uncomfortability that's actually going on in this world. Because believe it or not, there's a lot of people who are still living in this fabrication, and then it's always the children that will always receive all the enslavement. They end up becoming the slave to the system, enslaved to the rhythm, and it's not fair on the kids. I feel it's very important to be to speak out about all the narratives that are going on, that's put in place, especially, and I'm going to put this out there, LGBTQ is a very big thing that's going on out here. And kids are very confused with their genders. They want you because of the educational system and the government and the industries, and men dressing up as ladies and ladies dressing up as men. That's got to stop, because this has been programming throughout the years, and I'm tired of all of that nonsense. So I've seen these things happen, and I see how much it consumes children, especially with all these technological devices. It's a distraction. And nowadays, with certain adult content, is revealed so much, more in now younger ages now. For example, 11-year-old can see so much adultery stuff, and it's out there for free. And people don't know what they're clicking on, but they're following what their friends do, or they're misguided or misled, or even from their own families. I feel it's important to really tap into the truth. We got to get into the truth, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm really tired of everybody living in a lie, and then they're comfortable in the lie, and then it's your children that end up becoming messed up in their minds. They become dysfunctional because you're not feeding them the ways that they need to be fed. The information, what are you putting out there? Because your child is going to say to you later on, oh, mommy, daddy, why didn't you do anything to fight for my freedom? Why didn't you fight for my future? Why did you make us having to take certain, toxic substances in our bodies that was only going to digitalize us later on? This is how deep it gets, because technology is taking over. Artificial intelligence is taking over, and it's not going to be for the great of our good. So this is why we need to let people know what we're dealing with. So we know the more adults that come to speak on out about the children, right? The child trafficking, there's so much things that are going on. Stealing, feeding, persecuting, and so much more, and selling. There's so many things that are going on. So what are we going to do? Because everybody is just accustomed to all of the hype that's on the TVs. I'm tired of it. It's a script. It's all made up. It's all stories to blind you. So go out and live your truth. Turn off your damn TVs, because this is a distraction. The more you are consumed with your distraction, you are the ones at the end of the day that have no excuse. Then your children are going to ask you these certain questions because you have failed them. And people are failing by choice, not because they think that this, oh, it's out of my control. No, it's not. Certain things are out of your control. I get it. But how are you dealing with the situation? Are you fighting? Are you speaking? Are you being brave? Do you have strength to speak out on things? I will continue to do that, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm tired. So this is why when I'm tired, I need to tap into ways with being frustrated in a proactive way, other than a non-destructive way, because that is a no-go. We obviously know where that's going to go. So I just take it one day at a time, and I feel it's the children that were always going to feel it. Adults, there are no excuses. You have every choice to make a change, you make an adjustment. And if you choose to remain the same way, then your children will, take on the genetics. They will take on your habits, and then they will become miserable, and they will be accustomed to this system. And I tell you, it's going to be a very lonely journey. And everybody who is looking to have babies, be careful. Be careful, because these times are going to be very challenging times raising your kids in these crazy society times, the ways the narratives are. So just be very careful and be in control as much as you can to protect your children. Of course, they got to live life and experience what pain may be, what other emotions may be. But as long as you are their substance and their substantial mark behind them, there will be a way where they will thank you one day, even if they may hate you presently because of what you get.
They're so powerful.
So powerful.
Wow. I'm blown away completely with it. It was very brave the way that you were mentioning about certain groups and activities, but
yeah.
A lot of things that's happening as far as like the trafficking and everything, it's almost like it's been happening all the time. Yet now it's been raised and brought to the surface, and everyone's saying, what's going on? How come it's happening in this world? No, it's been happening all the time.
Yes.
All the time.
But the good thing now is that we're raising our awareness. Yeah. Sorry, Dr. JACALYN.
No, that's what I was going to say. We've actually had some people on here who have been trafficked, and they shared the experience, and they lived in the suburbs. They lived, nice neighborhoods, and people think it's a certain demographic, and it's not. It can happen anywhere at any time. So we do have a documentary, a trailer we're going to pull up, but just a quick question I have for you, Leighton, on the back of what you just shared. What feedback or what have you heard from children directly, if anything?
Or just generally on what they take to everything that's going on.
Yes.
They're very frustrated, very rebellious. And I understand their rebellion side, though, because I relate, right? Because I'm an outspoken person, and I learned to be outspoken the more I went through. I feel it's very frustrating for a lot of young people today, and that's just the truth. Because they don't know which way to turn. They don't even know what information to read or even believe in. They don't even know what's real and what's fake on the TV. They don't even know, what celebrities are promoting an agenda and those who ain't, and mass majority are on the case. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in certain positions. It's just a fact. It's a simulation. So I feel it's very important with the more that comes out, it's important with the level of influences that's around them. And it starts with, with all of us. And, a lot of people lose their way because they just don't generally have those who are being truthful around them. They just expect them to just follow rules. But there's a difference with following rules and then allowing them to have a freedom in their mind of expression with things that they may actually question and be curious about. Because it's important to let your children let them question things. Because if they don't question and then you say, no, very bad thing, you shouldn't do that, all these things, then it's like you are just filtering your children that, oh, mommy, daddy, I can't speak. It seems like if I express something that might be on my mind, that's something that I see that doesn't look right, and then you tell me to shut up, then that means I am actually going to be living a life of misery. I don't get to discover things in life. I don't get to share my hopes and dreams. I don't get to, at least go through certain experiences because you're not giving me certain guidance of what is what and what is right and what is wrong. And sometimes parents are, they really can be a very, very bad example on the children. That's just the fact, because vibration is truly everything with what they share, and your children will naturally feel it even from birth. Even before you've actually let your baby come into the world, they've felt something from you. They felt something from both parents, both genders, or whoever. And it's just like, today is a very important day, just like every other day. And this is why I really work, and I'm just going to say it, I work my ass off, right? Every day to making sure that the children and youth are going to have a particular home, to know that there is a bridge where the end of the bridge is the bridge of life, which means the other side will be the bridge. As soon as you go through that bridge, right, on the other side is the world that you actually needed to know, which is the natural world, which is the world of freedom, which is the world of freedom of expression, the world of creativity, the world of not giving a damn what people think. Only give a damn what people think if you're doing them wrong. I mean, facts. If you're doing bad to people, you better correct that. Let's just be honest, right? But other than that, do not care what people think or how they view you, because children are becoming more intelligent every single day in some shape or form, and they are teaching the parents more than the parents teaching them. So there's so much that's changed over these times and transitions, and I believe it can get better. We just need more people to really get out of their own ways, to really just understand that, hello, the world isn't what it is. So what are you going to start contributing as from now? Because if you just waste any more time, or valuable time, then you are just really consuming your children into this new world order enslavement. So I really feel for the children today, truly.
That's an interesting point, actually, Leighton. I was actually thinking in the way that children these days, where normally, let's say 20 years ago, the parents would teach and just say, no, you're not going to, don't ask a question, like the baby boomers were, remain silent, children heard but not seen. And then the other part was about children, if they questioned, then, oh, go do something else, go watch that program, go do that. Nowadays, you've got these children that have heightened and they feel it. So they go, mommy, daddy, if this is not making, you're not happy drinking this, you're not happy smoking this, why you keep doing it? They actually ask the questions to the parents now, making the parents, so who is the parent and who is the child now?
Yeah.
See?
I actually witnessed something the other day. There was a family walking near where I was, and one of the children was asking questions, and it appeared to be the mother said, shut up, stop asking questions, just do what I tell you. And I got chills. I thought, oh, that is
how did you remain silent?
Yeah. I want to get to the documentary. I want to make sure that we don't run out of time. So let's share the screen here. And okay, can you see your website?
Website. Oh, there we go. So that's basically that's the full documentary. So there'll be like an option where people will be able to basically purchase the documentary in order to actually watch it in full. But you can actually click on that play button, and it will just play the trailer for now until people actually purchase it. So once they purchase it, then you can watch the full-on documentary. It will come automatically.
Okay, let's play it. Here we go.
Come on in.
You guys are wonderful. It's a privilege to be here in New York as well. We are all that. We should all have acceptance over one another. You accept you accept her, she accepts her.
Taking it to the streets.
Taking it to the streets, the multi-award-winning independent artist, Leyton Benta, bringing you that timeless love from across the globe.
Taking it to the streets.
The power and the energy that you bring, it's within the same lineage of, some great artists, like the likes of Michael Jackson.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the
Wow.
trailer, guys.
So
It's a
well
great
done.
trailer.
So now tell our audience they can actually purchase the documentary. How can they do that?
So guys, as you see the screen up actually, so you can go to my official website, which is www.leytonbenta.com/documentary. So it will bring you to this page that's currently up, and then there will be a button in order. There'll be like a $ looking icon. So you'll click on that, and then you'll make the purchase, which will then be £10 in UK. So as soon as you click on that, then it will give you the option to basically just fill in your information, and then the PayPal and the pay option. And then as soon as you've done that, your documentary, you're able to actually view the documentary as many times and watch it anytime, any day, on the TV, on your phone, or any device. And I just want to emphasize, a big thank yous to a good brother of mine, Pedro Scalazzi, who was the film director behind the documentary. So send him plenty of love to you, my brother. We did a great job on this work, and I thank you for being part of this with me.
Thank you, Leighton. You made it very easy for people to go ahead and check out. All right, we do have some other comments, and let me stop sharing for a moment. From Eugene. Great.
Hey, Eugene, bro. What's up, man?
From Mikey.
Oh, Uncle Michael, love you.
Aw.
He's from Manchester.
You've got a lot of love around you.
Fantastic.
It's beautiful.
So, Leighton, we're coming to the end of the show, and I'd love to stay here with you all day. We have a show after this. But so I want to give you the next couple of minutes to really look into the camera and just speak your heart to our audience.
Wow. How we got to the end of this interview already. It always happens. There's so much more to speak of. But I just want to leave this very important message that one day when, the world receives what I have and is fully receptive to everything that I do. Now, I don't want to say this belief with regards to it will happen the day I leave this world, because normally it ends up being a thing where when your physical body is no longer here, people want to start caring, and they want to actually start to look into what you actually stand for, your music, your material, your uncertainties, your greatest moments, your purpose for the world, your purpose for the youth, the children, everything. But I just want people to really see this whilst I am still physically here and being alive, to really speak the truth in the ways that I know. Doesn't mean everybody has to agree. I'm only just a deliverer, to the world, which means I'm never here to convince, those to understand. So that's why I always will say, whether I'm dead or alive, people will know that I am a light to light up the darkness. And that's why I feel the world will need me. Whether they know this now or not, but I know that as throughout time, as it moves by and as the world transitions more, there's so much things that I'm working on at this time that's going to be a big trajectory to this world. And I'm not going to go in depth with all of that, what is going on and cooking behind, but I just want people to know that work is being done in order for me to see the change I truly want to see in this world. Because I'm getting emotional about all of this, because it's like I really have put everything on the line, everything. And I feel this is a time now where people have got to wake up to this journey, because there's been so much fight alone with all of this throughout the time. And and of course, I'm very grateful for those, who have come into my life and journey within these times. And there's only a few selected people, who I see and I acknowledge, and I thank you for being on this journey with me, because it can be lonely. It can get lonely, because you really do stand for something so way beyond your own time, and the world has to catch up. It's just no other way other than having to catch up. So I only hope one day, you know, I can say with certainty, but we never know what's going to be certain sometimes. But what I can say is what I can have the belief and hope. I hope that people really will turn around to this journey to receive it the way it needs to be, you know, which means I don't have to be famous or be of a certain position for people to not give a damn. They should give a damn right now and support those who are true and pure and authentic. Do not support those who have sold their soul to a devil. Do not do it, because this is all people are accustomed to and by and for. And I'm tired. I'm really tired of it. But I will continue to put my foot forward for as long as I have my passion and commitment. Because we can have layers of towels on our shoulders. And sometimes you think that towel's about to drop. As soon as it's about to drop on the floor, you're like, no, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Because there's been so many times it's almost touched that concrete floor. And I'm like, damn it, oh, you know. But then it comes to a time where, no, put it back on your shoulders, Leighton. You got to deal with this nonsense. But you know what? Hopefully it's not for too long. Whether this can mean people having me on their networks, you know, or people hiring me to perform and actually pay me for my worth, you know, or for people be willing to really take what you do serious, even though they can think very highly of you. But are you willing to make the investment to really support the artists for what they stand by? Because I feel that's where the real support goes down to. People can like and comment all day, but what are you doing to purchase and invest into the work that you said you truly believe in, that you said the world needs? So if the world needs it, make the purchase, because celebrities will have over grands and you'll pay for them to go see them. But if someone just puts their show and you have to pay £10 for a documentary or make a bargain to come and see that, you know, come and see your shows, people make excuses. Sorry, I ain't got the money. But then I just want people to realize that you were living a lie. And the more you continue to live that lie will become your truth. So they say that, you know, you will die where you truly leave the seeds. It really depends on where you embed the seeds. So I just want to let everybody know that I do love them, and to hold on and to give this journey a chance, because this journey is going to be a journey that will save this world. And I will make sure of it one way or another, whether I'm here or whether I'm not. But I know there will be someone out there who will truly love me dearly, who will tell my story one day if I can't.
Leighton, what a beautiful, powerful way to close out the show today. Thank you.
It's you know, there's just so much to everything, as always. It really is.
We're just getting started.
Yeah. You're so brave.
We also have a link here for you for your music. Can you share with that what that link is with our audience, please?
Sure, no problem. So guys, this is my album called Find Yourself. Just to give a little description as we have a little bit of time. It defines the unraveling of soul suppression, invigorating minds and spirits of the hurt through love and unconditional love. It's all unconditional love. The awakening authentics of empowered intimacy. So this album has been out for a good, and this actually been the third year Find Yourself has been out, believe it or not. But the music is so fresh and it's very clean and it's very timeless. It's soul and R&B music, real music from the soul. I'm currently, I just want to put this out there quickly while we have a little bit of time. I'm actually currently working on my next album called Speak On Out, and it's already in production, it's already in process. And this is going to be a very controversial album. Still soul and R&B, got some funk in there too. And whatever it's going to evolve in next, it's going to be a whole different turnaround for this journey and also for what people are going to hear in music. And this is why I say the world will understand one day or another. But you can find my music online at www.leytonbenta.com/music, where you can purchase and stream online. But if anybody would like a physical CD signed, personally signed by myself, then you can reach out to my email, which is LeytonBentaBusiness@gmail.com. As I'm old school, everybody still loves the CDs and everybody still loves the vinyls. Let's not put what meant something huge once upon a time to the side. We got to bring these things back, and this is the time. So I hope this interview has left something wonderful and wondrous and timeless for people, because this is more than just thought-provoking and more than music. This is to really heal the motherland.
Legend.
Speechless.
Absolute. Yeah. You're a legend.
We do have another
Madeleine.
comment from Mikey. Your voice, your music, your love will be seen and heard. You are blessed and without a doubt an empowering force that everyone needs to be following and investing into.
Love you very much, Uncle Mike. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing that.
He's been
Leighton,
such a big support.
honor. Such an honor to have you.
Leighton Benta, the love reinventor, in every way, in every way.
Oh, gosh.
Dr.
Thank you,
Chan,
guys.
founder of Star Child Universe, how can people get in touch with you, and who would you like to contact you?
Yes, the people can get in contact with me on Madalene Carol Chan at gmail.com, MADALENE CAROLCHAN at gmail.com, and I'm interested in people who want to connect to their creative. I help people to open and connect and begin the journey of their creative genius. And that starts with the heart. That starts with shifting the mind to go into the heart center and work their world around the heart and express in a creative way.
Thank you, Dr. Chan. There's so much love here today. I'm just so grateful. All right, we have to sign off. Our next show is coming up, The Wise Ones with Mr. Red O'Laughlin. Leighton, an absolute honor, pleasure.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jacqueline. Madeleine, thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Leighton, you're amazing. We need part 3, part 4.
Come back and see us again
back
soon, please. We appreciate you.
Have your own show.
All right.
The Leighton Benta show.
Fabulous.
We got to speak definitely about that.
For sure.
Lots of love, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye, everyone.
Okay. Bye. Bye, Leighton.